Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG, another market update video for you today. This week it is Arcane Rising. It's been 2 weeks since we've updated Arcane Rising, so there has been some movement in the last 2 weeks. It's kind of interesting. Hope you're having yourself a great one. If you want access to all the data that's in this video as a collection tracker, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Gets you access to a collection tracker that tracks your values of your collection in real time anytime I update a video like this. And then we also have a discount code for the Midtown Merchant that goes out monthly as well. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let's hop in. Let's see what's going on with Arcane Rising and see where the cards are kind of post the calling U.S. Nationals idea. Real quick, this for my graphics aren't working correctly. Some of the graphs, the charts are picking up last week's unlimited data for some reason, and I don't do these. Somebody else does them. I didn't have time to ask them to fix it up. So the graph, it should say 2,500 and it goes to 2,700. But that's, whatever. Sealed boxes, we're doing great. Sealed boxes are performing very well for Flesh and Blood right now. When you consider some of the other things that are going on. So 2,700 on eBay. We've got 2,500 as well. So you can see this kind of, the market just kind of rose. You had a case there that sold for 8,100, which is pretty crazy. So you're seeing some increased movement. A lot of boxes were picked up on eBay this past week. I've seen some stuff floating in on Facebook too. That's been a little bit cheaper, but I like to try to track public prices when we do get those public prices. So seeing a case sell is great. I think that's really healthy to see in the market. Meanwhile, your unlimited boxes are sitting about $76. The Eye of Ophidia, I'm going to keep it at 10K. We just haven't seen anything. The only one on eBay is like 40K. We haven't seen one sell for a very, very long time. Historically, these tend to trend around what a case would cost. I'm not sure when that changes. I think eventually maybe that changes, especially as more and more boxes get opened and the case percentage goes down. But we'll see where it is. If you have a sale of a Eye of Ophidia that's not public, please let me know. And I would love to know kind of what's going on with that card because it's been flat for a long time. Meanwhile, the Unlimited Eye is sitting at around $258, which is a little bit soft from where we were last week. And you can see we had kind of a trickling off down to 170. We're flat at 170 for a while. And then with the out-of-print announcement for Crucible, we've started to see some people invest in some of the more sought-after cards here in Unlimited. So let's move on. Let's see, is it worth it to open up a $2,700 box of Arcane Rising? Really no movement with the Legendaries this week. There was a skull cap. Actually, I forgot to mark it here. There was a skull cap we'll pull up that sold for $2,900. Arcanite skull cap. Cold foil. There was a skull cap that sold for $2,900, but over on TCG Player, there's currently one still available for $2,300. I did want to just report that for you, though. There's one that sold for $2,900. Again, on TCG Player, currently there's one available for $2,300, so that is the lowest price point. I assume that the buyer was not a U.S. buyer because U.S. buyers are the only ones that have access to TCG Player. So, but right now, Arcanite Skull Cap still available for $2,300. Grassel Arcanite at $1,800. Teklo at $1,700. Storm Striders at $1,500. Skull Bone at 1,000. It's interesting to not see that much movement on these. The prices that are being offered for most of these cards, other than the skull cap, are significantly higher than the prices that are currently for sale. So it just takes one of those buyers to say, okay, no, I'm going to go ahead and take the next step. And everyone's just kind of seems like maybe waiting for everyone else to take that next step. So, all right, moving on. The cold foil commons, you had a Bracers of Belief sell for $300, which is about the average cold foil common price. The rest of them about the same. You had a couple sold listings, like Talismanic Lens sold again for $245. You had another Achilles Accelerator sell for $300, but really no real movement in these at all. The Majestics. We've got a lot of interactions. This is kind of all over the place with some of these. Mordred Tide. This is not actually a sold listing, but a card that's available currently on TCG Player for $300. That's a significant loss from the last sold that sold for around $425, I think, something like that. You've got a Blazing Aether available for $300. Arcanite Ascendancy sold for $203.50. So a lot of softness in those Rainbow Foil Majestics. The regular Majestics as well. There's some Command and Conquers that were purchased at like $180, but then there was also some purchase at like $165. So it was kind of all over the place. You'll see the unlimited Command and Conquer is, moving way faster. So I think eventually I'll catch up to it. Yeah, that's kind of where we are with this stuff. You've got Mordred going up. You've got Arcane Ascendancy going up. There is some Runeblade stuff going on, and some people who are speccing on current deck lists, but also some people that are speccing on what's going to happen with this next set that's coming out, being a supplemental set and having some card stuff going on. Super rares, interesting stuff for super rares too. Some soft sales, like this induction chamber was listed for 40. It ended up selling for 35 for a rainbow foil. The last sale we had of that was in September, was for $125. So losing a significant amount of value there. You've got some of the other ones that are a little soft this week too. Maximum Velocity also sold for $30. A Tome of the Aetherwind sold for $30. And a Forked Lightning sold for $44. So a lot of softness in those super rare rainbow foils. The rest of these super rares a little soft this week too. The foils are at an average of $40. The non-foils at $7. All right, keep moving it on here. Rainbow foil rares are down 4% to an average of $15. Regular rares are down 20% to an average of 85 cents. Rainbow foil commons down 17% to $6.50. And regular commons down 6% to 68 cents. So you can see the legendary takes up a whole huge slot here. This is your EV. If you're going to open up 40 boxes of Arcane first, you'd be sitting at $1,300. That's if you hit a Fable in your 40 boxes. If you just open up one case and you don't hit the Fable, but you do hit one of the average legendaries, you're sitting at $1,052 for the case per box. If you only open up one box, you're not going to include the legendary price or the fabled price. You just want to include the other cards. On average, your box would be worth about $634. All right, so that's first edition. Open it if you want. Let's move on over to Unlimited. Unlimited, you've got the skull cap sitting at $245. We're going to talk about this a little bit. I don't know, maybe another video this week. But in order to get into the game right now, if you wanted to buy a skull cap and 3 Command and Conquers, it would cost you about $540 just for those 4 cards. Kind of interesting. I really hope that we see the skull cap and the Command and Conquer in the auxiliary set, the supplemental set that's coming out. Stormstrider's a little soft, sitting at $66. Teklo Foundry Heart, a little soft, sitting at $94. Grasp the Arknight, a little soft, sitting at $140. You've got your Unlimited Majestics here. Rainbow foils are down 8%. Meanwhile, the regular non-foils are up 4%. You've got Command and Conquer sitting at $110, which is it's crazy. We need more Arcane, but also you can easily open up cases and not hit a Command and Conquer in Arcane. With 2 Majestics per box, it's just not quite there. You've got Sonic Boom up a little bit to $3.50. 3 of a Kind, a little soft. Lexi was this card was seen in the U.S. Nationals, and there was a quick little spike in it, but now it's kind of getting soft, sitting at $16. Yeah, average rainbow foil is $25, average regular is $19. Super rares, Tome of the Arknight up 100%. You've got Ninth Blade of the Blood Oath up 90%. There's a lot of Runeblade specking going on. I don't know what to tell you. Become the Arknight up 38%. It is crazy. You've got the regular ones going up as well. I think there was a Runeblade deck list going around. I don't know that much about it, but Viscerai deck list, I think it was maybe Matt Rogers' deck going around, and that might be the cause for some of those spikes. Average sitting at $1.94 for the rainbow foil, 88 cents for the non-foil. 50 cents in the rainbow foil rares, 10 cents in the regular rares, 30 cents in the rainbow foil commons, 7 in the regular commons. That puts your EV actually up 1.5%. If you're going to open up 40 boxes, if you're going to hit a Fable, in 40 boxes, you're sitting at an average of $97 per box for your EV. If you don't want to include the Fable, you'll be sitting at $90 per EV. This is like if you open up a case. If you're just going to open up a box, you're sitting at $61. I will say, and I love to remind people about this just because I want you to know what your risk is going into. I want you to open up boxes. I want you to buy singles. It works really well for me. I'm the content creator in this group. But what I want you to do is know what you're opening. And in Arcane Rising particularly, you're taking a huge risk at hitting the majestic regulars that are worth money. So you're talking Art of War and Command and Conquer, especially Command and Conquer. If you open up a case and don't hit a Command and Conquer, you're doing much worse than if you do open. If you open a Command and Conquer, you've essentially paid for a box and a half at $80 or whatever. So and less than a box and a half, but it's a huge pull in the case, and it's very important that you understand the risk that goes into opening up packs. That being said, play some sealed games, open them up, have some fun. It's a great set to open. It's a lot of fun to open, especially when you do hit that Command and Conquer or that Skull Cap. So that is Arcane Rising. Again, takeaways for me whenever I look at this stuff is that these Majestics are super expensive, and I hope that they get reprinted to make it easier for a new player to get into the game. Command and Conquer at $110 is a lot of money. Art of War is not that bad at $39, but I would love to see like a revised set or something like that makes your pull rates a little bit easier to hit these cards. Also like maybe giving them out as box toppers or something like that, or buy a box promos for LGSs to help sell Tales of Aria, something like that, to just get more Command and Conquers in circulation that allows the players to have cards. I don't want cards to be super cheap, but a $50 Command and Conquer feels a lot better, I think, in this market for new players who are getting into the game. If you are a new player who is getting into the game, though, don't let Command and Conquer stop you. Maybe just don't buy one right now. Maybe wait for a reprint. Play your decks. Play some Commoner. There's other great ways. Let me hop into my face. There's other great ways to enjoy this game. Commoner is a fantastic format. We're actually running a Commoner Blitz this week in my Discord server, and it's a lot of fun. People are really enjoying that. And then in addition, you've got other game modes going around. Ultimate Pit Fight. You can just buy one Command and Conquer if you do like a singleton, which is a lot of fun. So there's other ways to enjoy the game. Don't let that deter you. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. If you want access to all those collection trackers and all that stuff, if you want to support the channel and content like this, go on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG, where you can support me and allow me to continue making videos. Hope you have a great day. Thank you again. Be kind to the people around you.